Hi guys, and welcome to my second vlog entry. So today is the 2nd of March 2015 and I am currently sat at my desk at home ready to start work for the day. Obviously that means that I'm working from home today, much the same as I did yesterday, but the obvious difference is today is a weekday, yesterday was a weekend, so today I am home alone. So this video today is probably going to touch upon some of the kind of isolation and loneliness that goes with doing a PhD. I spend a lot of time kind of by myself, not talking to anyone. Sometimes I will literally not say anything to anyone all day. It will come as no surprise to many of you, I'm sure, that yesterday I didn't finish editing my chapter, but that's okay. It was a self-imposed deadline. It wasn't due for anything. So I'm going to spend the morning typing up the changes that I did get around to making last night before moving on to my next task, which is to rewrite chapter 4. Okay, so it is now just after 11:30. I've been working for a good couple of hours. I just took Marcel out and I am now back at my desk with my first cup of coffee for the day. And I thought I would check in because I've had a couple of people tweeting me about my vlog from yesterday and the state of my desk, and people commenting about how tidy it was, thank you, and people sending me photos of their own academic workspaces and all the different places that we work in, our kind of movable offices. A request that I did have regarding the state of my desk was to show everyone what is in the box. So I mentioned that I have a big black box on my desk. Ooh, it's quite heavy, which I keep all my notes in. So this is a bit larger than A4, I guess it's a foolscap size or something. Okay, so I've taken the list off and I will just show you what is in the box. So first up, a pile of paper with a bulldog clip which says, if it will focus, no, it doesn't want to focus. There we go. Someday. Now this is actually chapter 4. This is what I'm supposed to be working on today, and I'm going to this afternoon start working on that. I have various clips which Ben bought me which say, you know, today, tomorrow, this week, someday, file, read, send, things like that, which I quite like. So this is what I'll be doing this afternoon, and that's why it's on top of the box. Second is a half-read journal article, and it's not half-read because it's boring or anything like that. It is just half-read because it relates to a different chapter to the ones that I'm working on at the moment, so I'm kind of reading it in my spare time. So when I'm a bit too tired to do any writing or editing, I'll come back to this because I know it's relevant to other chapters. Okay, next up is a early draft of chapter 2, the one that I was working on yesterday and also this morning, which is ready to go in the recycling actually because I have surpassed this draft now. So thank you vlog for helping me realise that I don't need this bit of paper in my life anymore. So that will go in on the floor so I can take it out to the recycling later on. Okay, next up is another someday tab, and this is a pile of the notes that go with chapter 4, so the one I'm going to work with later. So I had one bulldog clip around my actual draft, and this is another bulldog clip around all my journal articles, the notes that I've typed up from books that I've read, all my research basically. So I will keep these out of the box for this afternoon. Another someday bulldog clip, which is more notes for chapter 4. I'm going to have a fun afternoon clearly, and you can see I've got a colour-coded system of sticky tabs on the side relating to the different themes that are in my chapter and where kind of key references are for that. Okay, coffee first. Next up is a series of printout of PowerPoint slides from something I went to at the UCL Careers Service on academic interviews, which I have held on to because I assume that I will be applying for academic jobs in the near future. Now I'm in my 3rd year, and hopefully I will have an interview to go to and will want to make use of this. I then have some loose pieces of paper, academic interview questions, general advice on giving an academic presentation for an interview, which I'm holding on to and I really should file. Up is a Taylor and Francis style sheet, which is the style guide for a journal that I'm working on a co-authored piece for, which is a piece that came out of the Theatre Translation Forum, which I co-convened with a colleague from UCL in the 2013 to 14 academic year. So hopefully you will see something in a journal from that in the near future. Next up is a plastic sleeve with some cool stuff in it. So I have some resources that I was sent from a theatre company for my thesis. So this is some stuff from Pan Theatre, who are an Irish company who did a production called Oedipus Loves You, and it was a perfect case study for my thesis. So it used post-traumatic techniques and is obviously an adaptation of a Greek tragedy, or a radical reinvention of a Greek tragedy might be a better way of terming it. So I have a recording of their show and a flyer and a program that they sent me, which was really generous. They're probably the most helpful theatre company that I've ever dealt with. So if you're a researcher and you want to know who to talk to, I'd give these guys a call. Next up, I have a handout which is active learning strategies. It's something I use in my teaching. It's a collection of different activities that you can use to kind of get your students participating. So things like think, pair and share and things like that. I teach on Fridays, and I think when I do my lesson plan for Friday, I will do a vlog about my teaching strategies. So if you want to find out more, you can then. Next up, a bag of paper clips and some string and some tape. I think these are from wrapping presents, probably, because I often like to use string rather than ribbon. Yeah, as I said, this is the box where I just shove everything away so they're out of my hair and I don't have to look at them. A Berlin photo strip, some more journal submission stuff, submitting your manuscript through the Scholar One system. I then have some forms which are feedback forms from a public engagement thing I ran on adapting ancient Greek drama for contemporary theatre. This is something I ran at Birmingham Theatre, Birmingham Rep. And we got some very good feedback from it. Next up, I have some printouts from last term's teaching, which have been put in this folder instead of being filed. So all of this does need to be filed. I then have a printout of 10 grammar rules it's okay to break. That here with a due tab, but that is due in the next couple of months, is my chapter 5 draft, which is pretty solid, but that will be something I come back to soon. And then have my chapter 1 draft. More journal articles. This stuff is a collection of articles for chapter 3, which should have a sticky tab around it, but do not. So, oh my goodness. I think I'm probably shattering any perceptions that you had that I was really neat and tidy. It's all just in the box. So this is all my work for chapter 3. Again, this is a sticky tab color-coded system, which this really needs a bulldog clip around it, but I believe it doesn't because there is just too much to fit in one clip. Okay, so these are my notes for chapter 3, which I think is probably my best chapter, and you can tell why, because these are all the research that I did for chapter 3. So, that's what's in my box. That did not sound good. That is what is in my filing device. Tidy device, I don't know. It's time for me to go back to work. You can tell I'm not used to talking to anyone when I work from home because I can't make sense of myself when I am in this environment. I hope that was fascinating and maybe made me a more approachable or recognisable type of academic, dishevelled and unorganised. So it is now just after 2 and I am just having a little bit of chocolate to give myself some energy. Okay, so it's now about 3:30 and I thought I would show you the latest addition to my desk this afternoon. So little Marcel has decided to make himself comfortable. Apparently, the only hard surface in the house currently bathed in sunlight is this little corner of my desk here, and he climbed up from the arm of the couch there onto my desk and is having a little sunbathe, which is basically the cutest thing ever. I don't really understand why academics with cats is a thing and academics with dogs isn't, but maybe this can be the start of something. Hey Marcel, what do you think? Yes. With Marcel, we've been going for an afternoon walk and I just thought I would check in and show you where I'm walking, because although I said that sometimes I don't think many people would envy me for my life, not so bad right now. This is where we are. Okay, so it is now just after 6 p.m. on Monday night and I'm going to call it quits for my work today. I have been a bit naughty today actually, and I know I've been saying over the past 24 hours that today I was definitely going to work on chapter 4. Well, I ended up spending the whole day editing the bit of chapter 2 that I didn't get round to, but that's okay. I'm really happy with where I got chapter 2 to, so it's at a good level now and I'm looking forward to now putting that aside and not coming back to it for quite a few weeks. So I've given myself one less day to work on chapter 4, which is a bit of a shame, so when I am vlogging this time next week I could be kind of banging my head on the table in frustration with the tears of desperation streaming down my face. But if that happens, I'll only have myself to blame. I have really enjoyed the discussions that have been going on today about desk space and academic workspaces and the different environments that we all work in. So I am going to now share with you some of the photos that you've sent me over the past 24 hours about your different workspaces to kind of contextualize mine and my big box of bits and pieces. I hope you enjoyed today's vlog and I will look forward to seeing you again tomorrow when I'll be going to the Institute of Classical Studies. Yep, great. Okay, see you then. Bye.